Good morning. Today is April 13th. I am going to be going through Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley real estate. First, we're going to look at the county, compare it to the local neighboring counties. We'll then dive into Sunnyvale. We'll look at a specific property that we just sold last week. And then finally, we'll finish up with a recent Wall Street Journal article about HOAs. Hope you had a nice spring break. Ours was last week. If not, hope you're having a nice spring break for this week. So let me first share the map of Silicon Valley just to orient ourselves here. Here we are here, Santa Clara County, heart of Silicon Valley, San Mateo County right here, and then San Francisco up north, Palo Alto right here on the edge. So we have Google right here in Mountain View, down in Cupertino, Apple, of course, right? NVIDIA up here, right off of San Tomas near the airport. So this is the heart of Silicon Valley. So how is the market, right? That's the big question everyone's asking. So let's look at some charts first here. So here are the median home prices of cities in Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley. So at the top, we have Los Altos Hills median price. We're looking at data for the last 12 months up to mid-March, mid last month. Median price of $5.48 million, highest price of 19.5, right? So the big cities here, Los Altos Hills, Los Altos, Saratoga, Palo Alto, Cupertino, Los Gatos, Monte Sereno, Mountain View, and then Sunnyvale right after that. So we're going to dive deep into Sunnyvale here. Next slide. This is the price per square foot, right? So we're looking at $2,000 a foot in Palo Alto, 1,800 in Los Altos, 1,600 Cupertino, 1,600 Mountain View. Los Altos Hills being a little bit lower because the houses are a lot bigger for Los Altos Hills and Saratoga, and then Sunnyvale right there at 15 and 22 per square foot, dollars per square foot. So the median sales prices broken down by size of the house. So the dark green line are 4-bedroom, 3-bath houses, and the light green line is 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses. So we're looking at the different counties here. San Mateo with the highest in the Bay Area at $2.4 million, median sales price for a 4-bedroom house, and then 1.8 for 3-bedroom. Santa Clara County is right there over 2 million, and San Francisco is right there after that. So for 3-2s, so common houses here, 3-bedroom, 2-baths, we're looking at $1.58 million median price in San Francisco, 1.88 in Santa Clara, and a little bit lower, San Mateo, $1.83 million median home price for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's a good chart here for the whole county, Santa Clara County supply versus demand. So we're going to look right here at the 3-bedroom house is the most common size single family house. We have 300 active listings with 251 average monthly sales with 1.3 months of inventory. So things are super tight on supply there. So if we look back at the condos and townhouses, there's a little bit more supply there, right? Interesting stats about Silicon Valley. According to economists, San Francisco Bay Area has raised more venture capital in last year than the next 10 regions combined, estimated $154 billion. It's kind of what has driven our market, the AI boom. So let's jump in specifically into Sunnyvale. So for Sunnyvale, we're going to be looking at the median price per square foot, number of active, number of pendings, days on market, and months of inventory for the past 3 years. So for the entire March, median sales price in Sunnyvale single family house, $2.854 million with this price per square foot, $1,643. So it's up right from the beginning of the year here at end of last year at 2.2, December being the slowest month of the year. So quite a large increase. Let's look year over year. So last year, similar 2.8. In February last year, 2.494. So let's look at the next stats of number of homes and number of homes that got offers, got into contract. So that ratio is really important to look at the speed of the market. So this is we're looking at Sunnyvale in particular, right? So pendings are outpacing actives, which is why the market is going in the direction that's going up. So more in contract than we have available for supply. So 64 currently pending with only 51 actives, right? Last month, similar story, 43 pending, which is in contract versus only 36, right? So it's quite competitive on the buyer side and extremely good for sellers right now in Sunnyvale. So finally, we'll see that reflected on the days on market and months of inventory going back. So here, single digit numbers of days on market, right? It's from the beginning of the year, 8 days on market and then only 1.1 months of inventory. So we look back to last year, 0.9 months of inventory and 7 days on market. So it's Sunnyvale has been quite hot for quite some time. Looking all the way back here at the chart, let's look at a picture of it to visualize. The blue line is months of inventory hovering around 1 or even less, and days on market, single digit, pretty much all under 10 except for December of 2023 and December of 2024. So the house that I want to look at is Eureka Court here. So let's take a look at that. Hang on one second. Let's jump back to the map really quick. Right, so Sunnyvale right here, headquarters for LinkedIn. Right, so this so this fixer upper house here, okay, stats are 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1148 square feet on a 7,800 lot, listed point for 1.4, sold for 1.818. So it sold 400K over asking, right close to downtown Sunnyvale for a pretty much fixer upper. So just to show you how fast the market is moving, this house sold and closed, is closed in 9 days, all cash. It's on the market for 1 week. So what I'm seeing on the ground here is houses priced properly are selling extremely fast. Things that are inappropriately priced are taking a little bit longer, right? But we have extremely limited inventory of single family houses. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this article I read recently from the Wall Street Journal. I also shared this on LinkedIn if you want to read the whole article. Surging HOA fees are pushing homeowners to the brink. The monthly cost of homeowners association fees has jumped 26% since 2019. So the example was someone in Walnut Creek in the East Bay. His HOA fee has doubled since 2015. So in the last 10 years to $1,500 a month. The article actually talks about how his mortgage is less than the combination of his property tax, HOA, and insurance. So this chart is kind of telling right here how fast it's gone up. So 325 up to $425 a month median fees, but some properties are having significantly higher increases. So we had last year the requirement of SB 326 from California about balcony inspections, right? Which are HOAs required to inspect balconies because of structural defects that have been found. And that's been causing lots of challenges. The second big challenges with HOAs that we've been seeing is master insurance policies for the whole HOAs. HOAs are having a difficult time getting insurance. So if you have any additional questions or you want to see specific charts, please feel free to reach out and hope you have an awesome week.